Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea here. So today we are finally doing the review of the Anastasia Sultry Palette. So I have been talking about doing this review for a while now, but I finally got around to doing it, and yeah, I just want to share my thoughts. We're going to do some swatches in this video, a quick tutorial in this video, and then I'm also going to compare it to the Soft Glam palette, which is the other Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that I have, just for comparisons, just in case you were wondering, are they similar in any type of way? But yes, before we get into the video, first of all, I would like to say thank you for watching this video and taking your time to watch my review. If you like this video, please like and subscribe down to my channel below. It would mean the world to me. And leave a comment down below if you are going to either pick up this palette, or if you have the palette, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Okay, let's get into the video. We're starting off with the packaging. I love this textured, shimmery packaging. It's so pretty. It has glitter particles infused on it. This is the back of the palette. It's got glitter particles infused on the palette, but there's no glitter that's going to come off on your hands, which I appreciate. I am not a glitter person, and I hate having glitter everywhere. When we open up the palette, like always, we've got a mirror right here, and the brush just fell out. Comes with a dual-sided brush, which I have used, and it's actually pretty good. So this is a blender brush here, and it's actually, like I said, pretty good to blend with. And then this is a flat shader brush that you can pack on eyeshadow with. So then we move on to the actual shades, which we have here. And one thing that really stands out when you look at this palette is that it is completely, for the most part, cool toned, which is a lot different from, number one, most of the eyeshadows that she's put out before in the past, and it's totally different from anything that I own. So I am a warm toned girl, like hands down. Anything that's warm toned and anything that's really like gold based, bronze based, I love it. So when I first saw this palette, I was like, not even gonna buy it because I don't do cool tones, not at all. And then I saw reviews on it, and I still said, no, not going to buy it. So I go into the store and actually look at the palette, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe I should buy it. And then my hands just picked it up, and before I knew it, I had bought it. I don't really know how that happened. So I will say that I love the arrangement of the colors here. And initially, when I got it home, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of scared. I was like, what am I gonna do? I felt like the cool tone shadows that I've used in the past made me look like sick and gray, and I just didn't really know how to use them upon looking at it. But then I kept looking at it, and I was like, there's a really good color story here. There's a really good fusion of colors. And what I like most about it is that although the shadows are cool toned, they actually are not like, some of them are not like totally cool toned, which I guess made me not so afraid to buy it. So like these golds that you see up here, like Ember, Steampunk, then we move down here to Cinder, and this is Tweak. Although they are cool toned, they're not like completely cool toned. Like we have Slate here, Cyborg, and Twig, this matte shade here. So I was like, okay, maybe like I could work with this. Like this won't be so bad. And guys, let me tell you, every time I have worn this eyeshadow palette, I have wanted to not like it, but I love it. I mean, it is totally worth the purchase. So if you've ever used any of these eyeshadows, you know that the mattes blend out very well. The shimmers are so pigmented. I mean, they come and they pack with a punch. You don't have to wet your brush to get a really good payoff, and you'll see that with the swatches that we do in just a little bit. But you can wet your brush to get even more of that just intense, shimmery bang to the eyelid. So the quality is there. I think this is totally worth the purchase. It is $45, which is $3 more than her other eyeshadow palettes. I'm not really sure why. Maybe we're paying $3 more for the packaging. I'm gonna go with that. But I think it's totally worth the purchase. And if you are interested in possibly getting it, I say go for it. Especially if you either love cool tone colors or you are interested in getting a cool tone eyeshadow palette, but you're not sure where to start. I say start with this one because the quality is there. Now, I will give you some tips to be aware of. Yes, you will get fallout with these shimmers. Hands down, you will get fallout. Every time I do my eyeshadow with this, I do my eyeshadow first so that I can just wipe away the fallout. And I'm not gonna lie, I still might have some flecks of glitter because some of these shades are quite, I'm not gonna say that they're glittery, but they're very, very shimmery. So I might have some little glitter particles left over on my face, but once I put my foundation on, you don't see it, and it's definitely not going to overtake your face. If you do your foundation first, either use a whole bunch of setting powder so that you can catch a lot of the fallout, or just be comfortable with having shimmer on your face, because you will. The mattes, when I've used the mattes, I don't have any fallout with the mattes, which I love. The powders do kick up in the pan, which is pretty standard with these types of eyeshadows from this brand, but that doesn't bother me because I tap off my brush and I'm fine. One of my favorite things to do with this eyeshadow is I love to take this shade Noor and use it as an eyeliner. It works amazing. So I did it today with my eyes because sometimes I don't like using just a standard black eyeliner to line my lid, especially if I'm not going for something dramatic. I love using a black eyeshadow to just give it like that nice smoked out liner. Like you can see here, like you can barely see the eyeliner, but it's just enough to kind of just bring the eyes back, give you that nice little wing shape there with your eye, and it's easy to do. A really thin brush here, this is the Morphe E35 brush, so very thin detailer brush, and then and you'll see it in the tutorial. Just dip it into the black shade here and just line my lid, and I love it. I love the outcome. This shade is black, it's pigmented, it's not streaky, so it works really well for that purpose. But yeah, this is the eye look that I came up with. I tried to put on lashes today, y'all. I did, and didn't work. So we don't have lashes today, but on the flip side, you can see my eye look and see what I did. I really, really enjoy this eye look, and I hope that you enjoy it as well. So let's get now into some swatches, and we can go over that real quick, and then we'll go into the tutorial. Okay, so going on into the tutorial, I first started out with I first started out with this shade Birch, and I just blended that right into the crease and a little bit above the crease. So this was my transition shade. And as you can see, it pretty much matches my skin tone for the most part. And this shade I think is a little bit more neutral than cool, because it's not totally cool toned, but it's also not completely warm toned as well. And then I went in with the shade called Twig that we see here. This is definitely more of a taupey cool toned color, and I put that directly into my crease, and I wanted to let this be more so the base of the eye look. So I'm taking that shade and blending it from the outer corner all the way into the inner corner, because I want that color to completely go and flow through my entire crease. Then I went in with the shade Dystopia right here, which is this beautiful chocolate brown. But once again, it's chocolate brown, but I think it pulls more neutral versus completely warm toned and completely cool toned. But it works very well with any type of cool tone color in this palette. So I'm taking this shade Dystopian, and I'm just packing that on the outer corner of the eye because I want to concentrate it there, blending it out, and then you'll see me take my brush and just kind of like feather it out with the corner of my eye, because I wanted to just kind of bring the colors out and smoke it out toward the end. And yeah, just taking my time with building that color up, packing it on the outer corner, and then of course blending it into the crease a little bit. Then we move on with the shade Ember. Ember is one of my favorite colors in the palette. It's this kind of bronzy, like this bronzy taupey brownish colors. So not good at describing colors, but anywho, I'm taking that and I'm packing it onto the lid right next to Dystopian, and then I'm going in with the shade Rose Quartz right here, which is just a beautiful kind of traditional rose quartz color, of course leaning more cool toned, and that's what you see on the inner corner of my eye. And this shade packs a huge punch. I mean, when I put it on, I had wet my brush. I don't need to wet my brush with this one at all. It almost makes it like over shimmery, if that's even possible. And so that's what I have on this lens, on this inner corner of my eye. So then moving on to the lower lash line, you'll see me in the video lining my eyes with Noor, I guess. And I'm just going to take it, line my eyes, and then do just a very small wing on the outer part of my eye. And I'm going to blow it out because, like I said earlier, I didn't want a very harsh wing, didn't want to make the look way too dramatic, but just wanted something blown out on the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to go back in with basically the shades that I transitioned my eye with. So I'm going to go in with Birch first for the lower lash line, and I'm going to line it from outer corner all the way to inner corner. Then I'm going to go back in with the shade Twig, and I'm going to take that color from outer corner to inner corner. Then I go in with Dystopian right here, and I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer portion of my eye. So from the outer edge of my eye to about the middle of my eyeball. Then we go in with the shade Rose Quartz right here, and I'm going to line right there. And then we go in with another one of my favorite colors in the eyeshadow palette, Cyborg. This color is just silvery, gray, and just vibrant. So I take that color and I fill in that last inner corner of my eye and bring it all the way down to the lower lash line. So that's going to be my inner corner highlight and also my lower lash line inner corner. And that's it for the tutorial. I have used every shade in this palette, and every shade blends well. Oh, I forgot. I did use the shade Fresh right here as my brow bone highlight, and it works very well. There are 7 matte shades in this palette, and there are 7 shimmer shades in this palette. So I love the versatility of this palette. Like I said, that I can do a completely cool tone look with this palette, I can do a completely matte look with this palette, and I can do a pretty neutral look with this palette where it's not pulling all the way cool toned, and then of course not pulling all the way warm toned. Okay, so we're going to do a quick comparison to the Soft Glam palette, since that is the other Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette that I have. So here's the Soft Glam palette right here, and here is the Sultry palette. So if you're looking at the 2 eyeshadow palettes, you can tell that they are not similar in my opinion at all. The only shade that is in the Soft Glam palette as well as the Sultry palette is going to be the black shade right here. But that's it. I really hope that you enjoyed this review, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of the comments and the likes, and just you all taking your time out of your day to watch my little videos. But thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye guys.